Everybody. It's Tuesday, it's 1 p.m., and I hope that you guys can join me here today. I hope you can see me well because it is a cloudy day here. And so I don't know if the lighting's correct, but I do hope you guys could see me. I feel like I'm like all yellow or something as if I have jaundice, but maybe it's just perfectly fine. Um, but I want to welcome everyone here today on this beautiful Tuesday. And let's go ahead and light our incense for today. Let's get the energies moving, going, and whoever's here, please do say hello. I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to know where you're from. That's always very, very beautiful to see. Hi, Karen. Because we have people now that we have this wonderful technology, we have people from all around the world that can join us, and that is the beauty of Facebook. Just connecting with everybody. So, do invite your friends and your family to join us here today. Hello, Carla. Thank you for joining. And as we light our incense, I just love, love, love bringing in light because today we're going to talk about fear of moving forward. And I think it's very, very important to feel safe and know that our guides are here with us. So let's go ahead and take some nice deep breaths in and nice breaths out. And whatever's going on in your day, maybe you're on your lunch hour, maybe you're catching me on one of your busiest days or not so busy days. Well, I'm so excited. I'm happy to see you guys here. Hello, Harold. Welcome, welcome from the Netherlands. Love it. One of the places that I want to visit at some point. Speaking of places to visit, let's see. So just got back from Asheville, North Carolina, and then this past weekend we went to Boston for a family reunion, and that was just wonderful. It's always good to see family, especially my husband's family. They are just such happy people. If you see us together, it's just so beautiful because there's no drama, there's no worrying about what somebody says because we all take everything so lightly. And I've never seen a family dynamic so strong. And so even my kids just love getting together with all their cousins. And it's just a beautiful thing. We just dance and sing and eat, and that's it. And it's just so beautiful to see that. It's difficult to find. So I do feel very blessed to have that. And so I'll be taking another trip come Friday, going to South Africa. And I can't wait because it's just going to be another wonderful experience and discovering the world. I'm sorry, guys. I think this incense is just blowing in our face. So I'm just going to turn it just a little bit because it's clouding up the screen. But it's just going to be another experience. And I don't know if you guys have ever been there or you're from there, but I would love to know because I can't wait. We're going to Johannesburg and Cape Town, and then we'll be heading back home. But I can't wait to experience another world, another country. And so today, the fear of moving forward. One of my fears was flying. I don't know if you guys fear flying, but I was afraid to fly. Not short distances, but flying long distances. It was one of my biggest fears. Okay. The fact that I would be trapped in a confined space for a long period of time. Okay. And my first trip was to India about 2 or 3 years ago. And I committed myself to going to India. And I had to change my mindset. And literally, I worked on this mindset for a couple of months. to try to clear that fear of getting on the plane, being on the plane. I don't care to get on the plane. I'll get on a plane anytime. But it was being on the plane for so long. That was just terrifying to me because I didn't know what to expect. I used to have these issues on the plane, where I'd get really hot and I'd feel like I'm just going to faint. And so I realized I was taking on a lot of other people's energies, and just that because you're in this small space, right? And I don't care how big the plane is, they're still in a small space and you're sharing a lot of energies. So I had to change my mindset. And I had to learn how to protect myself and clear the energies of being in that space. But mainly it was the mind. Because I kept assuming and creating all these thoughts in my head, like, oh my gosh, I'll get on the plane. The bathrooms are so small. I'm going to be stuck in this small seat, squished between two people. And that's scary. Like, it's just, and hours of who knows if there's kids crying or what's going to happen. I might not sleep on the plane. I mean, all these stories that I made up on my, about my trip, and all these fears that I created. And I would not go to India. I didn't go to India for 20 years because I was afraid to stay on the plane for so long. So I want you to think about, what are you afraid of doing that helps you move forward? Because now that I have changed my mindset, I'm able to travel anywhere in the world for long periods of time because of that one thing. Otherwise, I wasn't going out of the United States. Hawaii was probably the furthest. But just think about it. Where do you feel stuck? And I'd love to hear from you guys, because this is really, really important, because there are so many people that just feel stuck because they have this fear of moving forward in their life. And it could be anything. I mean, mine was a small thing, but it was big to me, so something, small might be very big to you. So do tell me, where is it? What's keeping you stuck? Where are you feeling the fear, feeling confined, feeling restricted in your body? Hello, Isha. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Because we need to clear this fear. Hello, Naveen. We need to clear this fear so that you could be free and you can move forward in your ventures, whether it be your spiritual journey, whether it be your careers, whether it be in your personal life. Right? I just had a lady who said to me, Deepo, I am so afraid of being in a relationship because I have been in a bad relationship, a traumatic relationship in the past. And it's true. Yes, our traumas and negative experiences or disappointments in life, they can create this terrified, and a down spiral of energies of self-perpetuating fear and repeating of old patterns and thoughts of moving forward in our life. And, I know people who are going through divorces or going through some kind of, not able to have children, or stuck in an awful job space where they need to move forward, but they don't know how. Because, we get comfortable. We're human. We get comfortable in our space. We get comfortable in our bodies. We get comfortable at the level where we are at. Sorry, all the words are running together. I'm getting more information than I can pour out quickly. So we are set and we're not flexible and our experiences have really taken over. So fear can stop many things from happening. And when you hear, I used to listen to Wayne Dyer, and he would always say, if there is fear, there is no room for love. And then I'd go see this Buddhist monk, and he'd say the same thing: when there's fear, there's no room for love. But I think fear has its place too, right? I would love to be that fearless person. Yeah, it's a very different freedom. But I know even those that are fearless have some form of fear. There's got to be even that little minute amount of fear. So it does have its place, and it can be used in different ways. So it can be used as something that pushes you to excel, okay, because it could become an adventure, right? If I was going to go zip line, yeah, there's going to be fear there. But there's also going to be that excitement and that adventure, right? Or if I'm going to go on a ride. But think about it. Our life is a ride. It is a roller coaster. It is a zip lining through the forest, right? And there are times that we fear that what's going to be happening throughout this process to get to the other end, okay? Or to get to the bottom, or to get to the top. So the part of fear that brings most people down is the mind chattering. My daughter's learning how to drive. She's 15 and she's learning to drive. And there's a fear inside me, and I've taught many people in my family how to drive. And at that time, it was interesting because I wasn't afraid. And this time, with my own daughter, I have some fear that shows up. Okay? And of course, she has fear, and maybe it's her fear reflecting into me. But there is fear. There is that energy of fear. And maybe it's that fear of her moving forward and her growing up. Not necessarily an accident itself, but there's always a bigger picture behind that fear, that momental fear. I don't even know if that's a word, momental, but it is now. So momental fear, that momentary fear, right? So I think the bigger picture really truly is her growing up, And so when we can bring awareness to that and understand the bigger picture, it stops that mind chattering. Am I going to get into an accident? Is she going to get hurt? All these things go through my mind. I'll never be able to let her drive on her own, right? So what's happening is that we create our own fears because we are such intellectual, smart, amazing beings. And we know how to create stories, and we love to create and have that imagination. But what if that imagination is working against you? How do you know? You know when you are fearful. And I remember, there are so many beliefs that go around fear. And let me tell you, one of them is cultural. Because I know from my own experience, my mom, when I was little, she taught me to be afraid of dogs. We would literally, if we see a dog coming, we would cross the street. Okay? We'd run the other way. And about 90% of the people on the block had dogs. So I don't know where I was going to go, but I know I was going to flee if I saw a dog. Because in my mind, I was believed or known to believe that they are dangerous. And I think a lot of you know now that I actually have a dog, and her name is Jasmine. And I'm so excited because I overcame it. Took me a very long time to overcome my fear of dogs. And now I go petting every dog out there. But that fear wouldn't let me move forward into embracing the energy of a pet because of a belief. And you'll see, if you ever see Indians out there, a lot of them, I mean, now our generation and the younger generation is starting to adopt and adapt more of the, more pets and bring them into their lives. But if you ever see an Indian, they won't go near a pet. They'll run the other way. They'll cross the street like I used to. But then again, I did have a bad experience with a dog that bit me, but the bigger picture I know was because the belief of they are dangerous. Okay. And I did nothing to initiate this dog to bite me. I didn't even look at it. It came from behind. So that further kind of said, okay, well, yeah, now it's true. That belief became a truth in my mind, especially as a child, right? And I was raised with that truth for a very long time. So, anyway, I am so happy that I've overcome that. And I know you can overcome those fears just like I have. Because fear can stop us. And guys, if you're just joining us, please do share this out so other people can clear and let go their fears of moving forward, because this is a very, very important topic. If you're stuck and you're stuck in fear, because you know what? Fear shows up in many different ways, in many different emotions. Anger. Behind anger is fear. Frustration behind frustration is fear. Guilt behind guilt is fear. Shame, abandonment. I don't care. Take any emotion. And underlying that emotion is fear. So today I want to help you release some of those beliefs, because beliefs is what I feel has transformed us and conditioned us to this, to who we are today and who we've become. And can we change? Can we change that energy? Because if everything is energy, sure, we can change whatever it is that we want. And I'm telling you, I think I just read the other day, I was just reading through some posts, and I was reading Dr. Oz's thing, and it said energy is the new medicine. And it is. Even those that don't believe, they're going to become believers. And I want those that don't believe to try it. Okay? So let's go ahead and clear beliefs. Speaking of beliefs. Okay, so I want you guys to take a nice deep breath in, nice breath out. Let's ground your energies. Notice where you're feeling that fear of moving forward in your life. You can close your eyes or you don't have to. But closing your eyes will help you see them more clearly. So notice all the times where you've been afraid to move forward. What is it that stopped you? So let's clear the fear of the unknown. everywhere that you have stored this fear of the unknown, let's clear that now. Everywhere in your body. Clearing the fear of failure. That seems to be a big one for a lot of people. Everywhere in your body that you have stored failure, let's clear that. I don't even think failure or failing is even a word, at least not in my book. So maybe we can erase it from your book as well. Fear of success. Let's go ahead and clear any fear around success. Everywhere that you have stored this fear, let's clear it. Fear of the expected and the unexpected. Let's go ahead and clear that. Fear of death. Let's go ahead and clear that. Fear of change. Fear of giving up. Everywhere that you have stored the fear of giving up, where you've lost hope, let's clear that. Fear of aging and health, let's clear that. Fear of finances, let's clear that. Fear of your well-being and your health, let's clear that. Fear of loving, let's clear that. Fear of trusting, let's clear that. Fear of opening up your heart to others, let's clear that. Fear of disappointment, let's clear that. Whew. Now, if there's any fears that you have specifically for you, please do post that so that that could be cleared even after this live call is finished. I want you to post your fears because that's a great way for me to help you clear it and for everyone else to clear it as well. So tell me your fears that maybe I haven't mentioned. And I would love to help you clear that. So if there's anything that you remember later or you want to post, fear, yep. Lori, fear of never getting well. Let's clear that. Because there's many of you that are dealing with chronic health issues. And it is extremely exhausting to continuously having to deal with it. And then that anxiety and fear set in that am I ever going to get better? Right? So let's just clear all those limiting beliefs that we have around our health because guys, if we don't have our health and well-being, it's hard to manage relationships. It's hard to manage finances. So we have to have our health and our well-being intact in order for us to function and think outside of this body. So if you guys need anything from me, a session, please do email me at deepalshaw@anandaforlife.com. I do have a lot of options for those who need help and need the services, especially for your health and your well-being. Because as a medical intuitive, that is one of the biggest things that I work with is your health. And it's important to me because if you don't feel good, it's not fun. And I've been there many times and it's not fun. Naveen says fear of past experiences. Yeah, because we tend to reflect on our past experiences. So let's go ahead and clear that energy. Whew. Okay, so Sandra says fear of financial burdens and scrambling to find ways to clear debt. I mean, debt. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a hard time after this clearing. Reading apparently, but clear debt. So the fear that your debt is never going to be cleared. Yeah, that's huge. And the fear of not finding a life partner. Let's go ahead and clear that. All right, so take a nice deep breath in, guys, a nice breath out, and please share this post with everybody who's got a fear of moving forward, a fear that you know that this can help them. Okay? Now, I'm not going to be here for the next 2 weeks, so we will not be having a show, but you can tune into my podcast on Mondays at 9 p.m. No, 9 a.m. PST, which is 12 p.m. Eastern, on my website at anandaforlife.com. So come and listen to my podcast. It is live on Mondays, and you can also catch it at 9 p.m. So 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. PST. And also you can catch older episodes. So do come and listen to my podcast on the podcast page at anandaforlife.com. And I will see you guys in the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much for being here. Please continue posting your fears. I want to hear about it. I want to help you clear it. And I will see you guys soon, okay? Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste to everybody.